Hello everyone, up close and personal today. It's Rachel from Sage. You'll just see my tanning tent in the background there. It's just drying out. So apologies for that. You probably hear the wax pot clicking every so often as well. So obviously I've just started some eye makeup. This is obviously going to be a bright look. This is a fuchsia and some black for dimension in the outer corners. So if this is not your jam, I totally understand that. And I will see you next time. Okay, so today I'm going to focus on pigments, on pressed pigments, on the difference between eyeshadows and pigments. Is there really a difference? So lots of palettes often say palettes for face instead of marketing themselves as a particularly for eye area use. And this is for legal reasons. Some pigments, naturally occurring pigments, are not can cause sensitivities in people. Pink and red are probably the worst colors for sensitivities on the eye area, the skin around the eye area, and also in the eye area. So, you know, if you're going to use pink and red, as I have today, then you need to patch test, and that means getting a bit of the pigment on your finger, your little finger, and putting it just behind your ear there, and you'll know within a few minutes whether you're having an allergic reaction to it. It will come up probably inflamed and quite red. So obviously you know you should never use the pink, red colors on the color wheel, that part of the color wheel. You could probably try orange and yellow because they are cooler tones, so maybe do the patch testing as well. I've just used a pigment palette, not an eyeshadow palette. This is still available from Glam. This is BH's Take Me Back to Brazil. And when I say pigment, it really is pigmented. You do not need very much at all. 35 pressed color pigments. This is my personal rainbow palette, basically. And you can see that there's black at the bottom, a yellow for color a green for color correcting, and a highlighter as well. But yeah, it's they're not strictly speaking eyeshadows. You can use them anyway. You can mix them with water. You can make eyeliner out of them. You can do all sorts of stuff, and that's what makeup artists often do. So I've just used the fuchsia and the black to deepen. But what I really want to feature today is an Aussie brand of pigments from Tanika Joy. She makes an amazing pressed powder. It's one of the best on the market for oily skin, and also she's got a loose powder as well, I believe. So I don't know if you can see that. Yep. And this is the Tanika Joy pigment, loose pigment, and this shade Candy. All right. You can go to her website and buy these. That's where I get them from. That's what we're using today. So you can see why I've chosen that. Now I'm going to tap a little bit into the lid. Just a wee bit. We don't need a lot. Because, you know, it's pigmented. Not surprising. I'm taking a flat brush. I have no idea what range this is from. I've had these flat brushes for a long, long time. And I'm just going to wet it with some MAC Fix Plus. Water is fine too. I'm going to dip it into the lid where I've got the pigment. Okay, and coat the brush pretty well both sides because I want it intense. And then I'm going to wipe it on. Now, obviously I haven't done my foundation and all the rest of it yet because I knew, as I always do, I use too much and I will get fallout. So this is it a multi-chrome or is it a duochrome? Anyway, you can see already the shift in the color and the intensity of the shine. These are good quality. I think you can buy them in sets, but I think I chose my colors individually. I have 4 shades. One that goes green purple. It's like, I call it my peacock because it looks just like peacock feathers when it goes on. But this one is pink to purple. Now with that black pigment underneath, that has changed the intensity of that shimmer. So these are all shimmers. I don't think she does any mattes. No, she doesn't do any mattes. And these are, I mean, you can wear these on their own, obviously, but whatever base you put on underneath in terms of colour, that will either intensify or neutralise the pungency, the pigmentation of this eye pigment. So you can see where the black has completely changed the colour, right? The pink, obviously lighter underneath, is more of a white base, but the black turns it really quite blue purple, doesn't it? So that, I hope, demonstrates to you the importance, I guess, of making sure the base colours underneath are what you want. Now, if you want to just wear this on its own, then it will come out exactly as it appears in the pot. And that's perfectly beautiful, of course. So you might, when you put them on and they dry down, you might find, okay, I actually want more sparkle, although that is particularly sparkly. They are known, her brand is known for high quality pigments, which is why I invested in them, and they're not expensive, but they are a little bit, you know, up there. But it's a case of you get what you pay for here. So I'm just tipping what I don't need back into the lid. Some of it anyway. Some of it's just gone on my table. Such is life, huh? Okay. Anyway, I'll just show you my finger there. That's how it looks without anything underneath it. So the pink almost goes away. Yeah? It's a really white lavender, like a lavender. So compare that to what's there with black and what's there with pink underneath. They're very different. Now I'm going to use that on the inner corner because I don't have any other pigments there. So that will lighten it up again. See the difference there? It's quite amazing. It's just colour theory, I know, but I think it's amazing. And hell, it's fun, isn't it? So the rest of my face, I've already done my brows, of course, with my Natio angled eyebrow pencil in medium brown. You know my love for that. My MCO Beauty hair and brow magic wand. Honestly, I don't know when this is going to run out. This could last me until the end of time. It's so enormous. I did use today I did prime my eyes. I used a color corrector, the Inoxa one in the pen, and I used that on that blue haze that I have on the inner corner. But I used a base booster today. I mean, you can get these. I think the Kia Joy even has one. These are for helping the pigments, the loose pigments, adhere to the eyelid a bit better and not fall off. And it's kind of like it's got a tacky finish, which you'd expect, slightly gluish, but not, you can still open and close your eyes easily. You don't have to worry about your eyelid sticking, like the hood of your eye sticking to the top of your eyelid, or you not being able to open your eyes. So I'd recommend you get one. You can get them in colours too. I have them in a range of colours. Once again, that is for using in more sort of artistic work and to emphasize or de-emphasize a particular colour. I'm using a fair bit of Australian and high-end makeup today. I'm trying to finish my IT Cosmetics CC cream, the illuminating one, before the hot weather ends, because this is a shade that's a little bit deep for me at other times of the year. Okay, and it has got a good sunscreen in it, but of course don't rely on the sunscreen in your makeup because you never wear enough foundation. Oh, I think I got something under my nail there. A bit of something there. Right, so I like to put this on with my hands first. And it is glowy. It's really glowy, this one. The traditional It Cosmetics, like the one that became really famous. I have that one too. And that's more of a cooler weather shade for me. I've gone through a few of those. It's very good. It's got lots of skincare ingredients in it as well as a bit of sunscreen. So in winter, it doesn't replace my sunscreen because I still wear it, but it, you know, I don't wear as much sunscreen in the winter as I do, or I might just wear a 30 plus, that Natio 30 plus face moisturizer. The ageless one, that's really nice for winter. If you can handle essential oils, because it does have a fragrance. So this CC cream is full coverage. I could build that up some more and take it to full coverage, but I don't want to be any glowier than I already am, and I really just wanted an evening out effect. And I'm not focusing on foundation today, I'm focusing on the eyes. So that eye makeup is pretty much done, like that eye shadow is done. I just need to clean up a bit and put some eyeliner on. So bear with me while I do that. Mascara and eyeliner, of course. Now I'm using the e.l.f. Intense Ink eyeliner. I think this one's navy. What's it called? Black navy. e.l.f. These are really good. Okay, here we go. Now there's a number of ways you can apply liquid eyeliner. If you're a beginner, having your eyes open is probably a good place to start. I'm just going in on the lash line there, quite close. I'm actually going to use a navy mascara on the top lash line, and I'm going to use a electric blue on the bottom. Okay, this bit here is always a bit crinkly, so I need to usually fix that up. All right, so the wing isn't perfect yet, but it will be once I go in with a brush and wing it out. And I actually let it dry down before I do that, so just make sure everything's filled in. Turning your head to the side is the easiest way to do that. So yes, you too can apply liquid eyeliner if you have creased lids, textured eyelids like myself. You do not need to restrict yourself to either no eyeliner at all, or or using a pencil, which you may stab yourself in the eye with as well. I understand, I'm a glasses wearer. So here we have the Inox Perfect Lash Mascara, one of my all-time favorites in navy. Yeah, you can see it's a very traditional mascara. It's like an all-rounder. It doesn't really do too much of the volumizing. It's a bit more lengthening, I would say, than volumizing. It comes in a range of colors. I think it even comes in brown, which is I must get because I'm having a lot of trouble finding a good everyday brown that I like. There's brown and then there's brown. you know? And some of them are just really, really coppery and make me look like I've got, says she wearing pink eyeshadow, pink eye. And then some of them are really cool tone, almost black. And I'm like, well, what's the point of that? I might as well just wear black. And you don't always know till you get it home because they're wrapped, sealed up, which is good, you know, hygiene. You don't want to be buying a mascara from a shop that someone's used. That's just disgusting. So when I put my mascara on clients, I get them to blink a lot like I'm doing. And one girl asked me, do you do that to yourself? And I said, actually, yes. That might be where I thought of it. Because, you know, we're all going to blink anyway, aren't we? When we're putting stuff near our eyes, especially when someone else is coming at you with a mascara wand, you're going to blink. So might as well make the most of it. I always like to accentuate those lashes in the outer corner if I can. I do have my lashes to put on today because, well, I'm wearing the Kia Joy, so I thought I want to look a bit fancy. Okay, so the lower mascara is the Blue Lash from MCO Beauty. You know, I love this. And I think the electric blue, you just wait and see what happens to my eye colour when we put this on. And I've got that pink shadow there too. See if it does anything. I mean, as you know, in the course of this video, my eyes have gone from grey, blue, green. It's all to do with the colours that are being reflected. Off the skin. Don't know if that changed anything actually. If I put eyeliner there, it would. So I'm trying to pick up that really bright purple in the pigment, the Tanika Joy pigment. Now I'll link those. I'll try and link them. I'm not very good at the linking thing yet. I can do it on Instagram just fine. They make it pretty easy on Instagram for a non-techie person like myself. I am getting better, I think, I hope. New South Wales is in for a hot one today. Not here, we've had our hot weather the last 2 days. It's moving east now. But the bulk of you are going to get it today. So just keep those blinds closed. Keep whatever coolness that's in your home in there. Believe me, I know what it's like. Just tipping it on those inner corner lashes there to once again accentuate that brightness in that shadow pigment. Looking quite sparkly. I hope you can see that. Right, so I need my another flat brush too. This is just the same range, but it's a smaller brush. I'm just going to flick. So that's really dry now, but you can see you can still work with it. So the point of doing that, of course, is to give the eye lift effect and clean up that outer edge. I don't really want to clean up the under eye too much, I don't think. I kind of like that hazy pink thing going on there. I was going to clean it up, but I don't know that I will. I'm going to put a bit of concealer on now. So why have I waited so long to do that? Well, I wanted the CC cream to dry down. And yes, I have some blemishes at the moment. I got attacked by some sort of insect, and I've had a rather rough few days of it with antihistamines and so forth. I thought they were zits, but then they started, like, this thing attacked my arms as well. So I was like, okay, that's really not what's going on here. I don't always do that, but it's kind of fun. It looks pretty cool on camera, I guess. I used to work with a lady that always said, younger one, she said, anything for the gram, anything for the gram. And I'm like, what does that mean? And then I realised she means Instagram. That's what she's talking about. So obviously, someone a lot younger than me, so many things I have to ask my daughter, what does that mean? Especially those acronyms and abbreviations and things. And she says, she used to eye roll a bit, but she doesn't now. I think she's actually sometimes wondering herself what they mean, because she's not on, doesn't do a lot on social media. She's not really interested in it. Yay, parenting win for me. Like I can take the credit. She came to that conclusion all on her own. So much of it, I think, has really affected young people's mental health, especially with the pandemic and everything, and their ability to cope with just the excessive amount of information, let alone misinformation. It's been very hard for them. Lots of young people, you know, and their parents don't really know how to negotiate that world, because they didn't grow up with that level of digital influence. Speaking from personal experience, not to say that we weren't fortunate, we were very fortunate. We had a wonderful childhood. But it was just a different time, and technology was nowhere near as invasive. Now, whilst I'm sitting here talking to you via social media, I like to think that I'm presenting a certain viewpoint to you. I have to say thank you to Sammie Izundu. Oh my goodness, isn't she just the most blessed girl in the world? I sent her some single shadows that we'd been chatting about, messaging each other some time ago, and I placed an order with Cosmetic Capital for the L'Oreal Mono Mats, and I really love them, and they're a fantastic day-to-day one and done shadow. And I ordered a few shades for her, and I also ordered her a Moira shadow that she seems to really love. Anyway, her latest video, she's wearing them, she puts them on, and I was just like, oh my goodness, that is so exciting. And thank you so much, Samantha, that was just wonderful. Right, so I'm not going to use powder just yet, because I'm going to put on, oh my god, I'm so excited to have these. So Samantha and Tanika, there's another really good Aussie YouTuber, beauty YouTuber for you to check out. She's about to have a baby, bless her. They've both been talking about these, and I got them, and I'm going to try them. So this is the, oh, that's the blush. Actually, I want the bronzer first. This is the bronzer. So I got these at Priceline. Now I'm going to use mine with a brush, which you don't have to use a brush at all. You can just wipe them straight on your face, but I'm going to use a brush. I like to do that. It's kind of just because my habit with doing other people's makeup, I think. But I use the other end so that I'm not double dipping. This is just a cheap dual-ended brush. think it's an LA colour. Yeah, it is an LA colour. They're not fantastic, so it's all right for this sort of thing. So the crazy sculpting underpainting thing, I did a video on that. Crazy. It's actually really nice. So and it does work. I did it on a client yesterday. And she was really amazed at the efficacy of it. Look, I am double dipping, but I'm going to clean it, I promise. I'll wipe it off on a clean wipe with some alcohol spray on it. That's how you clean stuff. If you're wondering how your makeup artist cleans cream products, that's how they do it. That's how they should do it. I hope they're doing it. I really, really do, for their sake and their business's sake, and of course their client's sake. So whether or not I just decide to keep this, I'm thinking maybe I might, and not put it in my kit, just get another one. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll get another one for my kit because I'm really liking this formula. I've been using, you know, Huda Beauty's tan and tone for some years, and that is sensational. As far as colour goes, it's perfect for me, and most people actually. Huda's foundation products are really good. I think because she's a woman of colour herself, she understands it, the needs. Yeah, so that's a win so far. Let's see how she blends out. So this is why I didn't put any powder down, because I wanted to I'm going to use my sponge. I'm not liking that. That brush is... Ah, there we go. It's going to take me forever if I keep using that brush. Good, good. I was going to use the other end of that brush for the blush, so now I've got to get another brush. Look, I love cleaning brushes. It's very strange phenomenon, but anyone in my family will tell you that I'm a clean queen. You know what? My family are all clean queens too, my sisters. My daughter, not so much. Now see, I always, this side of my face, look at that, look at those. Little buggers. And that one there. I know they look like pimples, but they're not. They're this, whatever this bite, this insect was that attacked me. Just grab the other mirror and make sure my neck is blended because I can't really tell. Excuse me. Well, that's nice. This double-sided mirror, magnifying ones, like $8 from Kmart, really good. And I use them in my makeup tutorials with people, so they can choose whichever side they need, because a lot of the people that come to me need to wear glasses. It's a bit hard to put makeup on when your glasses are on your face, so the magnifying mirror does come in a little bit handy there. Okay, so what's next? What do we do next? The blush. Let me get another brush. This is a crown brush. Crown brushes are good. They're good. I like the, oh, hello. Oh, that's a pretty colour. Look at that. I like it. Yes. How good is that colour? Especially for my skin tone. Wow. Now, from what the other girls said on their channel, it shears out really well. So I'm going to tap it in with my fingers, because I actually want it to, want it to be seen. I don't want it to disappear. I mean, what's the point? And blush on mature skin is one of the most flattering things you can do. Don't let anyone tell you that you have to stop wearing blush just because you're over 40. In fact, you should probably wear a little bit more. Bit less foundation. Bit more blush. Oh yes. I think I like that more than the bronzer. There are other shades. There was quite a few shades. Did they have them all at Priceline, at my Priceline? No, they were sold out of them, but they still had this one, which is called Girl Next Door. Good shade. If you're a light medium skin tone with a neutral undertone, get Girl Next Door. That is really nice. Yeah, I'm keeping that one. That's not going in my kit. I'll probably get a few different ones for the kit. I've got like NARS Orgasm and whatnot in my kit. Oops, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. But it is the name of the product, which is, yeah, dumb. I know, it's dumb. So there's all these pink powders going around, right? Pink under eye powders. So what I'm doing here is using the cream blush, which is obviously a shade in the pink, you know, pink side of things, to create the same effect that those pink powders do. The other thing you can do is get a bit of pink eyeshadow, like the one I used earlier, mix it in with some translucent powder, which you already got, and then you can make a pink under eye powder if you want to, if you care. Will most people care? Probably not. Should you? Probably not. Take your brush up high, folks. People over 40, take it up here. It looks good. This lifts, gives more life to the face, more colour, amplification, all of those nice things. I've just got a makeup wipe on my hands there. Oh look, I'm really happy with that. Really happy with the blush. The bronzer's nice, but I think the blush has really lifted everything there. Okay, what's next? What am I going to do now? Am I going to use a powder? Do I need more eyeliner? Don't know. Don't know that I do. I'm just going to finish off tidying up the eye area though. Let me just get a fluffy clean. This is the classic blending from BH. These are marvellous. Just a bit of clean up there. Make sure everything's soft, diffused. No harsh lines. Oh, lashes, that's what I was going to do. Let's put some lashes on, huh? So I've got the Ardell Accents Magnetic. These are half lash, of course, 002. These are slightly more dramatic and fluffy than the 001, which are, well, more of an everyday lash, if you will. So they come in pairs, right, like so, okay? And what you do is the lashes that are longest, right, that's how you know which one's the top and which one's the bottom. And you'll also see there are teeny tiny magnets there. The camera's just picking them up. Yep, reflecting there. So they come with an applicator, but I typically don't use it. But what you need to do is bend them quite a bit to shape them. Now these are older, so these have already been shaped to my eye frequently actually. So I just sit them on there like that, okay? And then I get the lower lash. And so you know to put the longer lashes on the inside of the eye then. Right, so I'm going to look into the, hopefully it meets up. Yes, so the applicator that comes with it, you can do, like position them and stuff with that. Come on. Ooh, there we go. They found each other, I think. Yep, there they are. Ooh, that one's still fluffing around. Oh, okay, it's right now. So eventually the magnets will find each other, but then you might need to wiggle them around a bit and make sure that they're not irritating you, like scratching your inner eyelid, your upper lash line, or that they're, you know, sitting neatly. But obviously comfort comes first. So which one's this? This is the longer one, so this must go on the top. Oh my goodness, there's fluff on them. So I did clean them and then I wiped them, I think, on a fibrella. And there's a little bit of fibrella left behind. So to clean these, it's really easy. I just use a bit of micellar water, the Garnier one, and just wipe them because you don't want to pull out the lash fibers. So you got to be, you know, these are about 20 something bucks, but they will last a long time because they're magnetic. And there we have it. So you can see that that really sets off that look quite well. I mean, they do make full length ones as well, but I'm finding the half lash more to my liking these days. I haven't got any lipstick on, and have I even got any here to put on? Oh dear, that's a bit remiss of me, isn't it? Righto, let me grab something. I was going to use the, let's just dive into here and get something out, huh? And I will be using a brush because this is kit in here. Now I want something pink, so this is my Crown lipstick palette. I mix colours a lot. I like, and people sometimes like to have a custom colour, so I can do that for them with my palette. And the quality of these lipsticks, like they're various textures and things, but they're really nice, really good quality. And Crown have their base, I mean they're not made in Australia, but they have a base here. And Erica Coffey, who's a really good makeup artist on the Gold Coast, I think she owns the brand, or her family owns the brand. And look her up because she does some beautiful work. She does a lot of editorial stuff. So I'm actually going to use what would normally be an eye smudger, Paris Tools by Crown. These are great brushes, these Paris Tools. So let's get something nice and bright from the palette. That one, yeah, let's do that one. bright but still sheer, because that came from the balm side of the palette, just there, that one. So this is new. I just finished the other one. It was ragged, I can tell you, and I've opened that new one. Nice, nice, nice. Do I need any powder, cheek products like blush maybe? Let's just get a bit of a dip in, back in the, let's just dip all of them on that first row. Tap it off. Let's go crazy, huh? That's lifted that girl next door a little bit up, hasn't it? It's all about the pink today. Pink headband, pink eyes. Rightio. Pat that down a little bit. Maybe into clown territory somewhat, but you know, I don't get too worried about such things. Okay, just going to spray with my Naiad spray to freshen the face. Long video, huh? Jeez. That's the finished look, folks. Yes, I could probably put some powder on, and I probably will. But just another look at that eye. Yeah, it hasn't faded at all, hasn't creased. That's a win, huh? No creasing. So just, you know, thinking about with the pigments, I'll just show you again, Nakia Joy, not sponsored, have no relationship other than I like her products. With her, Candy is that shade, but I've also got others as well, which I really like to use. So just thinking about light and shade there really, and the effect that different under pigments can have on a topper, which in a way it is or can be used as a topper. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.